Finally, the fourth kind of power is the supremely personal power, one that cannot rest in any other agency but the individual. In most cases, this kind of power cannot be taken away from the individual. This is the power of knowledge and wisdom. Wise people of various hues, scientists, educationists, scholars, writers, poets, artists, philosophers, spiritual leaders, clergy, and similar persons have this power. Of course, clergy can be defrogged, professors do retire, and all players of this game run the risk of losing their mind, along with it their power. However, in general, this power is the safest one to keep and the easiest one to increase. For no one can steal or confiscate your wisdom, and no teacher loses any knowledge when they assist you in increasing yours. In the human body, the head can be seen as the seat of this power. In the Varna system, these professionals are the Brahmins. An aside, it is to be noted that the Varna system is only in part about birth and more about aptitude, conduct, and nature. It is somewhat different from the caste system, which is mainly about the accident of birth and not at all about capability and chosen profession. The latter is often seen as the later ossification of the former. Similar four-way divisions were seen in Persia, that is ancient Iran and a large part of Iraq, and in ancient Greece as well. The list on the right hand side has two more entries. Both these may actually be somewhat redundant. Social esteem or status is, in a measure, not much different from power. However, the drive to power may be a more aggressive one. The word also carries a lot of baggage. Perhaps that is why many of us seem to be more comfortable with the concept of gaining social esteem than pursuing power. The next entry, sex, is already listed in the left-hand column. It has been claimed as a necessity. The reason I have listed it on the right-hand side again is because this is a strange drive and it works at various levels. It can often become an obsession, a replacement for other desires, for toys, or for comforts. Indeed, it can often be used as an instrument of power or for gaining esteem. As I have hinted, and you will have noticed, the desires on the left are different in kind to those on the right. Let us see how exactly these are different. I classify those on the left and the like as needs, and those on the right as wants. Needs give quantity to life, while wants give quality. In other words, if needs are not fulfilled, we die, or live a life not substantially more desirable than death. Wants, on the other hand, impact the quality of life we live. How accessorized we are, how much of the world we are, how powerful or how respected we are, and so forth. In other words, needs are almost unconcerned with how other people are living their lives. Needs are about us, and really about us only. There is no comparison required with others. If I am half starved, it is of no help that others are too. If you have a headache, others do not necessarily suffer. If others die, we do not necessarily do. The food that passes through their mouths reaches them. The food that you digest gives you nourishment. Needs are essentially absolute in nature. As absolute, of course, as human life can be. Wants, on the other hand, are really about others. If all others at our workplace walk to their work, we consider ourselves lucky or superior to cover those 5 kilometers on a bicycle. If many in what we consider our peer group take their private helicopter 20 kilometers to work, we must have one too. Though of course, any dimwit will know that if we are driving to work in a Maybach 57S, we will not likely die, except perhaps of embarrassment. Needs are limited. Only that much of food can get into your stomach. A much keener hearing than what we do have will probably only make life more noisily miserable for us. Physical strength, 1,000,000 times that of an average human being, will only likely make me afraid of ever hugging my loved ones. Wants are generally unlimited. Which one of us will build an imaginary world where any of our wants go unsatisfied? And which one of us knows what we will want 10 years from now? 10 minutes from now. Needs generally require a limited amount of money to satisfy them. When we gotta go, who wants $1 million loo? Any reasonably clean and private toilet will do. On the other hand, most of us will not be happy with merely a gold-plated handphone if our friends are sashaying around with diamond-studded ones. In one matter though, both needs and wants are similar. There are, as yet, non-monetized fulfillers of needs, as such for wants. Breathable air, perfectly clean or otherwise, is available free of cost at this time. Wants? I saw about 30 attractive people today. The 23rd one particularly took my breath away. Unfortunately though, as usual, the attraction went unrequited. I can still not purchase that return, no matter how much I am willing and able to pay. The maximum I can hope for is a pretense, which is only a half pretense. Thus, an unrealistic dream of a humongous harem where your beloveds actually love you is a want that can still not be monetized. One, of course, still manages to keep small harems, sometimes only having one beloved, through means other than primarily monetary. Fulfillment of needs almost never becomes tiring enough to quit. At least not until the act of living itself has become tiring. I may not like the food I eat at home, but I generally still do eat it. Not so with the wants. I used to love going to parties. I cannot stand them anymore. Once upon a time, I could not but compete at landing huge sales deals. Now, even the mere idea of holding a sales-related job is distasteful, despite the lure of big money. Needs exhibit the middle way. Too little of mental capability makes it difficult for a person to meet the challenges of daily life. Too much of it makes him miserable for never being able to make anyone understand what he means. Too little exercise results in buildup of adipose tissue that has several known disadvantages. Too much of exercise can give the body too little time to repair the damage resulting from strenuous exercise. An almost blocked nose makes you miss out the smell marker of the leaked cooking gas in the locked kitchen. An overly endowed sense of smell could make it difficult for you to eat your food, for the smells of the landfill 50 miles upstream just will not leave your nostrils. Wants, however, exhibit no such behavior, or we believe they don't. We would love to win a lottery of 1 million rupees. We would love one of 1 billion even more. 1 trillion yet more. If people bow on seeing me, I would be happier to see them touch the land beneath my feet with their foreheads. Wants, instead, exhibit a different behavior more vigorously. Gigo. That's garbage in, garbage out. Our wants impact the direction our life is taking. If I want the high, which only a banned narcotic substance can give me, I am likely to end up much worse than if my primary want is to follow the path of a Buddha.